Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development. So, we can take control of our life. Let's go, and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with my lovely wife, the one and only Lady Caesar. She's in the building.
He loves to scream.
Yes.
Hey guys, how are you? What's love's got to do? It's got to do with it. Hey, what's love? It's just an emotion.
Yes, what love got to do with it? We are in Black History Month, as well as Valentine Day weekend. But today, this evening, we want to give a big shout out to all our subscribers, to all our followers. Y'all are doing it up. Oh my God. Keep the comments coming. We love them. We love them. We love them. We just appreciate all the comments. You just don't know. We read every comment. So we want to tell everyone, keep commenting. Share the video, because we appreciate you. We appreciate you. And we appreciate all the love that you are sending to us. And so today, the shout out of the week goes to Exquisite Caribbean Queen. Yes, Exquisite Caribbean Queen. She wrote, "This is a powerful podcast. Very informative. New sub here." Yes, Exquisite Caribbean Queen. We appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. Keep the comments going. You never know. The next week, somebody else could be shouted out on the podcast. So we appreciate you. Keep the comments coming.
Can I also just add that every single comment we love. But we're just going to do one shout out a week, you know what I mean? And it's not because we don't love yours. We love it too.
Yes.
And most of the ones that really stand out, I pin them in the video. I try to pin most because you can only pin one per video, but we just love each and every one of you guys for all that you do with us and for us. Now, because we are in Valentine's weekend, yo.
Yes.
If you haven't had a date, I can hook you up. Just inbox me, okay? I'm kidding. So you tend to be when you're in a relationship or marriage for some time, maybe you're dating or even married in our case, there are times where you just don't ask each other questions. You don't spend time with each other, and you find people saying, "Hey baby, how was your day? Hey," the usual, how's the weather? How are the kids, for those who have kids? But you don't really get to, sit down and ask
the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah, and ask deep questions, And so we thought that this episode, because just to commemorate and to celebrate Valentine's Day, the weekend, that we actually talk about, some relationship questions, marriage questions, if you like, in this podcast. So you'll get to learn a little bit about us as well, because we're going to be asking some really personal stuff.
Yes.
So hope you enjoy it and you get to learn just a little bit more about LJ and I, and some just tips on questions that you should ask your spouse and your loved one, just to know them a little bit. Because sometimes we think we know people, but we really don't. All right, so let's get this party started.
Let's get it started. Yes. Go ahead. Ladies first.
Oh, okay. So what was your favorite memory from when we started dating?
What was my favorite memory? Oh man, it's a lot.
Yeah, because your wife likes to show off.
Yeah, it's a lot.
She does a lot for this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think it's women. It's a woman thing.
Yes, but one of my favorite memories when we was dating definitely is around Christmas, which is my birthday. Yes, so on Christmas, my wife just spoiled me.
It wasn't around Christmas, baby.
It was on Christmas Day, my birthday. So, you know,
when you turn 40.
Yes, when I turned 40 years old, she just spoiled me all day long. I was receiving gifts when we went to church. At the church, she just spoiled me. I never been treated in that way before. That was the first. And then at the end of the night, to go to a 5-star restaurant, where we was able to look New York. Where the restaurant was able to go around, rotate around the city.
The world.
Yeah, around the city. So yeah, that was just an amazing day, amazing night.
And it was your first experience of a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, 5-star restaurant.
Where
Yeah,
a plate costs over $250 per person. I paid a lot.
yes,
Just to impress. Hey.
yes. So, you know, it was just amazing. That was a great night and a great day.
But
so
he was my fiance then, so we were not boyfriend and girlfriend. I knew that he was gonna marry me, so it was worth the spend.
It was worth the spend. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, that was awesome. But that's one of my fondest memories of dating my wife was that day. I knew she was a keeper. She definitely was a keeper.
You got really great, expensive gifts.
Yes,
I remember one
yes.
of your first designer watches.
Yes, first designer watches.
You got from me. So
Yes.
yay.
Yeah.
Keep
So
your wife.
I knew she was a keeper. Yeah, she definitely was a keeper. She the things that she done, I never experienced that before. So that was big, and I knew she was a keeper, and I knew that they was gonna keep coming.
And they have been.
Yes. And so my question, in the last 5 years, what have you learned in marriage?
Oh goodness, I've learned so much. Marriage is not for children. Not for children, okay? If you think that marriage is all about games and roses and fun and laughter, you get a bit of that, but also you get the hard parts. So if you're not ready to work for it,
Yes.
because marriage is a ministry.
It is.
You know?
It is.
And anything that's ministry requires work. You gotta work on it every day, and you gotta understand that if you gotta win in this marriage, you gotta be able to walk together. The Bible reminds us that how can two agree lest they walk together? You know, so if you're gonna be butting heads all the time with your spouse, it's disaster. If you have no communication skills and you're not even willing to work on these things, it's not gonna work. The exciting part is that we are actually going on a retreat, a marriage retreat. We're so excited about that.
Yes.
And that's just one of our ways to celebrate us going into our 5th year of marriage, and just also to nurture this marriage. You know, one of the biggest lessons is that marriage must be nurtured. It's like a baby. You know, you can't just neglect it. You gotta give it time. You gotta water it. You gotta feed it. You gotta change it. You know, you can't be doing the same thing over and over again and think that it's gonna remain exciting.
That's insanity, right?
Right. You gotta be excited. You gotta make it exciting. You gotta make it fun. You gotta just be able to do things with your spouse and understand his weaknesses and embrace them, and him understand yours and embrace them, and also help each other with those weaknesses, as well as celebrate each other's strengths as well.
Celebrate.
You know, and just also one thing, understand that marriage is a partnership.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Yes, it is.
There's nobody who's come here to be a slave to anyone. You know, we're here to work together to make this thing work for life.
Yes.
Because this is a life contract.
It's a life contract.
You know, nobody ever gets married to get divorced.
No.
People who get divorced never plan to divorce.
Especially if you marry a South African woman.
Why?
Lobola.
Yeah, you pay a lot.
The Lobola.
You know, so even if it wasn't for the lobola, I know people in South Africa who've married and divorced. Like there's divorce, people get divorced. But I mean, those who do get divorced, it's not a choice.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not a
sometimes they're
choice.
just left without a choice. They just gotta do it maybe for their safety. They're in an abusive relationship, whatsoever. But just understanding the love language. There's just so much.
Yeah.
But last, I just want to say the love language.
The love
Understand
language.
your spouse's love language.
So what's mine?
Yours is definitely service. He wants me to do things when it comes to church, when it comes to business, when it comes, like, he wants me to do things for him because, like, oh, baby, I think because you're smarter. Oh, baby, you, like, no, dude. And then because I understand that it's my way of serving him in this marriage, I do it. Sometimes I don't want to do it. Trust me, I don't. I'm like his dictionary. I'm his scriber. I'm his secretary. I'm his PA. I'm his word checker. I'm like his everything, and I do it like I said. Sometimes I don't want to, but because I understand that's his love language, I do it regardless. All right, just to serve him, because I know it makes him happy when I respond positively and instantly instead of procrastinate and not do it instantly. So what's my love language?
Your love language is affirmation and gifts.
And do you do it?
Yes, I do it. I try.
You shouldn't be trying. You should
I
be
try.
like
I try
really
to. I try
getting
to. I try to do as much as I can, especially with the affirmation. That's definitely one thing I definitely did when we was dating. Was affirmations.
Underline when we were dating, and then he got me married, and then he forgot about it.
No, I didn't. I do it sometimes. I do it every now and then. But yeah, affirmations. But I try. I know.
One of the affirmations that he likes saying is this song. It's like I dream about it. I don't know who sings it. Girl, you got what I need. I'm thinking,
That's a rap song, baby.
that song. I don't like it. I hate it. I hear it all the time. Like I wake up to that song. During the day he sings that song. In the evenings, girl, you've got what I need.
If you don't know nothing, that's Bismarcky. Bismarck.
Anyway.
But that's the only part I sung. I'd say to her because I would say the rest because it's not important. But yeah, only say, oh baby, you got what I need. That's the most. The rest of the line wasn't really what was not meant.
Okay, so I'll stop right there. So what was the moment that you were in that you saw that you were really in love with me? When was that moment, or what was that moment?
What was that moment that I saw that I knew I was in love with you?
This was it.
Yeah, that was it. It was early in our relationship.
When was that?
Definitely October when we was just talking and dating.
But what stood out that made you think, oh my God, I can actually make her a wife?
The questions that I asked you about what you want to do, your goals. Knowing that you had a master's degree.
So if I didn't have a master's degree, you were not going to marry me?
Huh?
If I didn't have a master's degree, you were not going to marry me?
I probably was.
I'm not even using that master's degree.
I know,
right
but
now.
all this stuff, knowing that you didn't mind education, so I knew
education was important.
Yes, because I knew I wanted to get my PhD.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew if I wanted to get my PhD, you won't stop me from getting my PhD because you was educated.
I could.
Yeah, you could, but I knew you probably, you wasn't gonna
understand
education, and you
So
see
is
the
it
purpose.
just the master's degree that made you think, oh my God, I'm in love with this girl?
No, it was other things. All the questions I asked, I knew that we was on the same page with education, with our goals, with our dreams. What we both were trying to accomplish in our lives.
So I was that missing.
Missing ingredients that can help me to go to the next level.
What kind of ingredient would I be if I was an ingredient?
Oh yeah, you was everything.
Oh,
yeah, you was everything. Yeah, spicy. Yeah, you was everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was it. That was number one. I'm telling you, when you looking for someone, it's very important that both of you be on the same page.
It's actually critical.
Yeah, it's very critical.
Because how can you get to that goal when you don't
when you're fighting each other?
Goals,
yeah. So, but being on the same page, knowing what she want, and because you should know what you want already. or you should be working towards you want. You should work. You should be already be working towards what you want. So when you're working towards you want, and then find out what she want, so that you're able to look at both situations, look at your life and look at her life, and see if both is lining up.
Yeah.
Because if it's lining up, that means you most likely
because it doesn't
gonna
necessarily
win.
have to be the same, but
Yes,
it must.
it must
line up.
It must like basically the puzzle had to fit.
Yeah.
It had to fit together.
Piece,
Yeah. So if
complement each other.
yes. So if the puzzle is not fitting with one another, yeah, then it's not it's not gonna work. But if the puzzle if it's lined up, you know, that's be good.
Right.
So yeah. So now, what is the most important questions to ask while dating?
Ooh, okay, what's the most important question to ask while dating? Oh, okay. Now, one important thing is your credit score in America. So important.
So important.
So important.
So important.
You don't want to be married to some broke dude or a dude with like
Bad credit.
bad credit, because if you're getting married in community of property, it pulls you along with you.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and what ends up happening is that now you end up bearing the financial burdens of the family, because it becomes a burden. Your name has to be on everything. You have to use your name for everything. Versus you guys working as a team and be able to accomplish more.
Yes.
If the woman comes in with a 700 score, perfect score, whatever, and the guy comes in with a 300 score, then who's going to end up suffering here? The woman, because everything will come out of the woman's name, or vice versa.
Vice versa.
It can be vice versa. So that's one important thing. Second point, how many?
Doesn't matter. If you got 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
yeah.
Because of time, I'll try and be short. Second important thing would be, ask about the family history. OMG. That's like so important as well, because whew, in-laws, we love them, but sometimes, so it's really important to know what kind of family you're
getting involved.
you're getting yourself into, and this goes in both ways.
Both ways.
When you, especially marrying a foreigner, you gotta understand some of my cultural beliefs. For example, with black tax, that I have to send some money back home to help my family. That's just my culture, and of course the money comes out of our pockets, because we have one big pot in this house, and if you don't allow me to do that, I'm gonna be miserable, because I know that my family is not eating back home because my husband said no. So you ask yourself really, really hard questions, ask each other hard questions. And one thing that you want to say something?
Yes, that goes back to my question when I was talking about that both parties have to be on the same page.
Right.
That's everything had to.
But also just understanding each other's cultures as well,
yeah.
like, and trying to compromise both ways. You will not be able to do everything like you would expect an American woman to do, or are expected an African man to do. But you have to kind of meet halfway.
Yes.
And be able to come to an agreement.
Because that's how divorce happens.
Yeah.
Because if parties don't agree,
Yeah.
then divorce.
Yeah.
And
Why are you sending money to your family?
Yeah,
and my question would be, why is your family in my business? There's so many questions, but I think the ones that I mentioned are like key questions. The last one I'd like to add is, what about asking the person about any skeletons? Just get it out there in the beginning.
Yes, get it out.
Hey, do you have any skeletons? Is there anything that you're hiding that might come out that might mess up our marriage or relationship in the long haul?
Mm-hmm.
Just get it. If the person decides that I don't like the skeleton that I've just heard, they have a chance to leave. Before you get too deep into the relationship. And
you rather for them to know early on, so that you don't get in marriage and then they walk off and leave.
Right.
So yeah, and that's why, like I said, all these stuff. That's why people get divorced.
Right.
Because they get into marriage like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people can stay in a marriage after receiving something that they didn't like, or hear something that like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So not too many people can stick it out or have like strong
because
values.
sometimes the thing that you might say is was gonna be a deal breaker.
Yes.
And they can't, break that promise to themselves that if somebody's like this, I'm not going through with it. So it's just good to just be honest from the get-go.
Yes.
Rather lose them in the beginning than lose them when you are invested in it.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. So that you can find somebody else. You know, so don't, you gotta realize, ask the question, don't be ashamed to put yourself out there and answer these different tough questions, because just like you was able to meet that person, and you're able to market yourself, the right person will come.
Absolutely.
The right person will come, so you don't have to be afraid that, oh man, I'm not gonna. The right person will come.
Yeah.
If you continue to market yourself. Yes.
Give me 2 positive changes that this marriage has had on you.
2 positive changes that this marriage had on me. This one I had to. It's a tough one.
How is it tough? Like you're saying that our marriage has not been positive on you. That's actually sad.
I know.
So I gotta work on a lot of stuff. I have some stuff that I can tell you that I see in you that are positive.
Yeah. You know what? One is easy. Okay. I see. I have to use my mind a little bit to think. One positive change I know for sure that it had on me. I am a much better speaker today than I was before I met my wife. So that's one positive change. The way how I present myself and the way how I speak today is a huge.
And why is that? Why do you
change.
feel like me being in your life has made you a better speaker?
Just to see how you speak and see how you communicate, and because I am a speaker, because I am a trainer, coach, and I need these skills to be an effective coach, pastor, communicator. So that's one. And you with your, critiques. Which
sometimes are not that welcome.
Yes, it's not welcome. It's not that.
But it's constructive criticism.
Yes, and
I never do it to bash you.
I know.
I'm just like your mirror.
She's think that I'm just saying, when you receiving critique, constructive criticism at the time, you might not like it.
Well, nobody wants to be told they're doing bad,
but
it's good to hear it so that that's how you improve.
You learn, it doesn't mean you're not listening.
Okay.
Even though you don't like it at the time.
So why do you always fight it?
I don't. Of course, in the moment you're like, of course you don't like what, especially if it's something that you don't want to hear. And you're like, oh come on.
Then you shouldn't ask.
No, I'm gonna ask because I want to be better.
Should I lie or tell?
No, you tell me the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be better.
Right.
But yeah, I might not like it, but it's not gonna hurt me. What they always say. What
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger. Yeah. What don't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one. Another one. How did it change? That's big right there.
I think maybe. Do you want me to answer that for you?
Yeah, please help me out.
Helping you to live in the moment.
Okay.
We live more in the moment.
Yes.
Now
I would never do it.
We
Yes,
don't live for tomorrow. Well, we live for tomorrow, but also we just enjoy little things.
Yes, I would have never thought of that.
We can turn we have this one hobby that we do on our date day.
Yep, Sunday.
Which is Sunday.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna take pictures, come rain or shine.
Snow. Yeah. I gotta say snow.
I said it too.
Cold.
We'll be like,
yeah, Frida.
Because for us, that's like one fun thing that we do together.
Yes, and I enjoy it.
It's fun in that doing it while it's snowing as well, or raining or whatever, because it just makes it like more enjoyable to see us just go through that just for the sake of us doing this habit together.
Yes.
Well, not habit, this hobby together. So, yeah.
So living in the moment, I would definitely say that part of the change. Because I was rigid.
Very rigid.
Very rigid. I was very rigid. I was very stuck in my ways. And my wife did loosen me up a little bit. You know, she
and I'm
loosened
still
me up.
working on it.
Yeah, she's still working. Cause I'm not flying out no plane. I would. That's one thing I would never change.
Oh,
I'm not.
goodness.
I'm not crazy. I love my life too much. I'm not jumping out no planes. I'm not doing no scuba diving. All that. No, that's something that you can't get me to
One
do.
day he will. Don't
No,
worry.
no. It's
Women
not.
have. We are able to convince men to do anything.
I don't know. That's not gonna happen.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. I don't. I might just.
You could just try it. You never know.
Just thinking about it, I might have a heart attack. I'm sorry.
Such a coward, Lord Jesus, help me.
Just
And
thinking
guess
about-
what? When we started talking, he lied about that part. Cause I know, like for example, this birthday,
I did not lie.
I want to be on an airplane with my feet hanging out in New York and looking at New York. But I'm thinking, and I'm looking at this, I want to book it. I'm thinking, I might just have to do it by myself because my husband, I don't see him coming because the aeroplane flies around New York. You get to see like the whole of New York, but without the doors closed. So they have both the doors of the aeroplane open and you get to take your feet out. But who am I going to do it with?
Did you jump off?
You don't jump off, you just sit in the aeroplane.
You sit in the helicopter.
In the helicopter, I'm sorry, not the aeroplane, the helicopter. I mean, it's such a fun experience.
I think I could do that.
Oh, okay. So watch out.
I can do that. I think I can do that. I can do that. I can. If I can fly in a plane, I can do it. I'm not jumping out no plane,
No.
but I can do that. I'm not jumping out.
Pray for me, okay?
I'm not jumping out no
Let's
plane,
continue.
but I can. Yeah, I can do that.
That's awesome. So my next birthday, I am going on a helicopter. We are going on a helicopter with outdoors, and we have our feet hanging out. Dope stuff. Okay,
Yes.
babe.
Yes. Is saving yourself for marriage is important to you? If so, why?
It's very important, especially for safe folks, because that's what the Bible instructs us. First of all. Second of all, it just helps to prevent a lot of things, inside the marriage. First of all, it proves that you can have self-control,
Yes.
and which means none of you will be tempted. There's a low percentage that you can be tempted to go out of the marriage to cheat because you have self-control. Because I mean, if you're physically attracted to somebody, really not restraining yourself and not embarking in intercourse before marriage is really tough.
Really tough.
You gotta really, really, really have made up mind and self-control. Another one is it helps with the soul ties.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're not tied to other people soul-wise, because whatever that you have had intercourse with, just know that if you have not broken that, you are tied to that person. It's a soul ties, and soul ties can be damaging because when you come into marriage, you start making comparisons.
Yes.
You know, my first boyfriend did much better
Yeah.
than you do. So when that's not even a thing, if you come into a marriage pure, both of you,
You
it
don't
makes
have no
just like you have no experience, you have nothing to compare with each other, and you just work, you grow together, and you learn each other better than you having something in your mind to compare it with.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, and many other, of course, because when you come in and save yourself, you're preventing yourself from sickness and disease and
pregnancy.
and unwanted pregnancy, premarital pregnancies, abortions, you name it. All these things that you can really avoid if you kept yourself pure for your husband. And it's just such a special moment.
Special moment. Because especially it makes you unique and different.
Not even unique and different. It just makes
It's not different
it
because
just
a lot of people
solidifies your marriage to an extent that you were patient enough to wait until you were married to that man.
The reason why I said different because not too many people
are able to
do that.
So
you have
in a
people.
case where you're both not virgins anymore and you meet up and you're married already, just act as if you were virgins, right? Because I love one thing that one pastor said, marrying his wife who was not a virgin but he said, I don't really care because we don't know each other. She's a virgin to me. So that was powerful for me. Like, he didn't judge her according to how many men he's been with, but he actually, took her as like his first, because that was really his first, but also that, that she will not come in with the experiences from outside into this marriage. All right?
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
So the question to you would be, When was the last time I made you feel good or great about yourself?
You really want me to answer that? That's an easy one.
Oh, baby.
That's an
What do
easy
you mean
one.
you really want me to? I just asked you the
That's
question.
it. Because there's so much.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much.
The last time?
I do good as a wife.
You want to know the last time?
Yeah.
You really want to know the last time? Now.
Right now?
Right now.
How so?
Doing this podcast with me.
He's cheating. That's cheating.
Right now. I tell you, my love language is service. I
So the
said
podcast
now.
was his idea.
It was mainly my idea.
No, not mainly. It was your
It was
idea.
my idea. And we're gonna talk about it one day because I seen that I seen a way how we could be different from everybody else. And when we start the podcast, and so when we did it, I had to get her on board though. So
Like for a very
long time. I had the vision of the podcast a year before.
I was like, no.
A year before.
It took him probably over 12 months.
Yeah, over 12 months to convince her.
And then he started buying the equipment. And I was like, I'm spending our money to buy this equipment on a podcast that I'll never do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been over a year because I seen, I knew where we was going. I knew what we were trying to do. I had a vision. I do listen to a lot of different podcasts, and I listen to, so I'm like, what can we do that can make us stand out? Or what can I do, because I was I'm a speaker, trainer, coach. And I said, what can I do that I can stand out from a lot of other people that's doing a podcast for speaker? And I said, you know what? Bring my wife on and we do a tag team, because she's also a dynamic speaker. So, bringing my wife.
Aren't you glad I finally said yes? I was actually forced into saying yes. I had no choice. The equipment was there, and I was told the dates were going to start, and I was pushed to advertise. I'm like, hold on, wait. Yeah,
So yeah, I had to get her buy-in. So yeah, her being on this podcast, it's amazing, and that's the last thing you did. Right now, I love it. I thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Yeah, go ahead.
So everything you experience with school, career, dating, what would you say to someone to help them make better choices today?
Everything that I've experienced with school, career,
and dating.
What could I say to someone?
Yes.
To make the experience better today.
So they help them make better choices, and maybe their experience with school, career, and dating.
I mean, it sounds a complicated question, but it's actually very simple, especially for somebody who is, a Christian like myself, a saved Christian. Lean on God. The Bible says, lean not on your own understanding, but in all things, requiring, because he says, if you want wisdom, ask. Know that your thinking will not get you anywhere. Your mind alone will not get you anywhere. So just put God first in everything that you do. When you're choosing a career, ask him if this is the career path that you should go.
Yes.
Before you waste your money and time, your parents' money and your time, in doing that, or even getting yourself into student loans, ask God, and even in choosing a spouse, is this the right one, Lord? Before you get yourself into a nasty divorce, what's the next one? It's marriage, career,
and school.
And school, like everything that you do.
Dating, school, and career.
Just ask God, is this the right guy, God? Is this the right goal, God? God wants to know everything about us, and so these questions don't even shake him, because he wants us to ask him. So that's what I would advise a person.
Yeah, that was important to me to ask that question, because a lot of people do make mistakes and and don't know what to do. And even with school, career, you can eliminate a lot of bad choices just by
leaning on
God. And asking the right questions and knowing yourself at the same time as well.
It's hard to know yourself at 17.
Yeah.
So if you
but
feel
you
like,
don't know. But a lot of times you know what you like to do.
Right.
A lot of times you can have a sense of who you are and what you like and what you don't like, and so.
I mean, somebody would say, okay, what about an unsafe person? Well, you've got parents, don't you?
Yeah.
Develop a good relationship with your parents so that you're able to, ask them, bounce things off them. If your parents are not the kind of parents that you could bounce things off, find somebody that you look up to, that you can always ask stuff from, and they won't take you astray. Instead of they'll push you in the right direction.
Yes, and dating too. You want to make sure you marry right, so you don't marry wrong.
Yeah.
Me and my wife is great. I mean, together we are definitely connected in every way, and I definitely appreciate her. And so I would tell anybody too with this question. I know this was your question, but I had to say something because it's very important that enjoy your life. While you're in school, while you looking, see direction you want to go to,
just live life to the fullest. And
don't look at, don't pay attention to all the noise, and do you, enjoy yourself, enjoy life, get to the place where you're able to be financially free, and get to the place.
Don't rush.
Yeah, get to the place where you're able to have some things in order before you have fun and do all this other stuff that you might think you want to do.
Even committing into a marriage. I mean, I'm very, very happy that I'm married at 36. Yes. I don't think I planned to wait that long, but I think it wasn't really a weight on my end. I just wanted God to bring the right person so that I don't end up divorcing. And I'm glad that it happened that way, because I got to do everything that, a 20-year-old in early 30s wanted to do. I traveled. I spent my money the way I wanted, where I don't have to say, oh, I'm thinking of doing this. No, it's like, well, it's my money, So I'm glad that I did that, and I have no regrets of everything that I've done in my life. So just do that. Don't rush. Life is worth the living. So because of time, we're gonna jump on to our last question, and it says, what's one character trait that you hope your children don't oh my God, his handwriting is terrible. That these are my questions, but I asked him to write it for me. Okay. So what's one character trait that you hope your children don't learn from you?
What's one?
Just one that's your character trait, not mine. Your character trait.
My character trait would be I think probably procrastination. Procrastination. Yeah. That's a big one.
And it's not the best.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Because it makes you, not do certain things. You wait till the last minute, and usually when you wait till the last minute,
it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
You have not thought things through. For me.
Yeah. What about you? Because that's a good question.
I'm actually perfect, so there's really nothing. I'm kidding. There's no perfect person out there. Okay.
You see what a t-shirt say, right? You see what a t-shirt say, right?
Yeah, you see what the t-shirt says? I say what yours says?
I have everything I need.
I am everything he needs. Okay, so my thing would be to avoid being a perfectionist as much. Do things 100%, go all in, but don't. Like, for me, if something is not sitting in the right place, I freak out. If things are not done the way I would do them, which is perfect standard, I freak out. So I would really love my kids to be more relaxed, not like their father, but a little more relaxed than me. And my husband thinks that I come from an abusive childhood because I love to clean a lot.
I don't think so.
Well, you said that at one point.
No, I didn't. No.
I think they abuse you because that's all you do is clean. Yes, I'm a cleanaholic.
No, I ain't do
I
that.
clean for hours, and it's therapy for me in a way. But also, I just love a clean place. I thrive better when it's clean. And my husband is the total opposite. totally opposite. So, yeah, I guess God messed us for a reason. But hey, yeah, so just not being so perfect, allow that people are created in different ways. You're gonna find some really sloppy people, and I guess it's okay to let it slide. But yeah, so I'll stop there. That was high.
But when I was a kid, I used to clean all the time.
Kid don't count. We're talking now. Adulthood, marriage, okay?
And you ask my mother, I clean every day.
That does not count.
With the back on the stairs.
Goodness, somebody help me.
I think I clean too much.
I mean, we in America, I can't even have a house help, Whew, Lord help me. Anyways, we've come to the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed that and you got to learn a lot about us and from us. And we pray that you get to do this, implement this with your loved ones as well. It doesn't have to be your spouse. It could be with your mother, your sisters, your siblings, etc. And your best friend. Just ask each other questions that you always itching to ask.
It's important because we, as a society, we got so disconnected with this social media age, with the internet age, that we don't know how to have conversation with one another no more. We don't sit down at the dinner table no more. So it's very important to go back and have these different conversations so that we can continue to learn and grow
from each other.
Yeah.
So we've come to one of the most important parts of the podcast, and that is our beautiful audience. Subscribe!
Yes.
I know, I had to, I'm just like that. Subscribe, guys. Please press the notification bell as well, so that whenever we bring out a video, you get to watch it first along with us. We're actually looking for an audience to watch it with us when we put it out.
Yes,
live. We have a few people coming here and there when it's live, but we want all of you guys to come in and watch it with us so that we are able to engage while it's going live, while we're premiering.
Yes.
So please subscribe to us. And how can you follow us?
And share the video.
You can follow us. For me, you can follow me at Lady Caesar 1 on Instagram, and my husband
at late. Oh.
Yeah, you can follow him at Lady Caesar too. Sorry that.
At Get Inspired by LJ.
I'm so much in his head.
On Instagram, you're right. You're definitely in my head. At Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, as well as on YouTube. Get Inspired by LJ. And please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I deeply appreciate it. And comment on the videos. You truly will help me out. Also, you can
follow us
yes.
on all platforms.
All platforms.
That's Chilling with the
Chaplins. Yes, and you can listen to the audio version anytime in your car on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. And follow us. Make sure you press the plus button, the plus sign, to follow us and give us a 5-star rating and write a review. Write a review. Yes, so we truly thank you for watching, and we asking each and every one of you if we definitely looking for a tribe name.
Help us.
Yes, help us come up with
nice
a yes, help us come up with a tribe name that we could call each other in our community. Because we are building a community, and we definitely want to connect and go further. So we want to definitely make it personal, and
fun,
and make it fun and creative. So help us out, and we want to include you
in the decision making.
And the decision maker. We just don't want to make it on our own, but we want to include you since you are part of the family and you are part of the community. So help us out, and please give us if you have any suggestions what we can have and call each other. It will be awesome. Wonderful. So we just thank you.
We've come to the end of our show.
Podcast, yes.
Hope you tune in next week. We're not hoping. We will see you next week, actually.
Yes, we'll see.
And I would say, because it's in the month of love, that we love you.
Take care. See you next week.
God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye. Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Season, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life.